At this time, I'd like to hand the microphone over to Allison. She'd like to say a few words.
Hey, girls.
You guys better get comfortable because I love to speak. So I was sitting at my kitchen table yesterday morning, reading the sign-in book from my Sweet 16 party, which took place in November of 1990, something I typically do every morning. And I was reading an entry written by Seema Arfani, one of my best friends from high school, who actually is still one of my best friends, but unfortunately could not be here tonight because she lives in California. When the phone rang, it's a true story, it actually was Seema. A bit uncanny, to say the least, but it made me realize that although so much time has passed since my Sweet 16, more than 20 years ago, so much really is still the same. And as I read through each entry in the sign-in book, the feeling of timelessness became even more pronounced. For example, Seema had written, and I quote, "You look great, your shoes look great, and your mom looks great." How could anyone argue with that even today? I mean, look at her shoes, come on. Another friend commented, "I can see all of your men getting ready to pursue you." I swear to God, this is real quotes. Clearly still true. I mean, perhaps not Jason, but everyone else. Speaking of men, Jamie Donath. Jamie, where are you? Yes, there you are. Jamie Donath here tonight. Showed off, typical Jamie, with his SAT words. He wrote, "May you never be vexed, irked, or perturbed." Always precocious, 16 years old, Jamie, he signed his note, "All my love." And then he added, "P.S. Why didn't you tell me you had a sister?" Seriously reading this, I'm like, wow, nothing's really changed. 16, 40, still the same. Jamie, who we referred to as the great caresser in high school, just grabbed my ass in the photo booth, so all is good in the world. Sorry, kids. Sanjay Nayak, where's the Sanj? Rocking it out. Still one of my best friends, along with his wife Nandini, both here in the back. Sanj, you wrote about 5 words. Pretty generic. And I'm sure that was even hard for you. Sanj is still a man of a few words, still waters run deep, perfect temperament for a cardiologist. Nothing has changed. There are only a few minor indications that perhaps a little bit has changed since my teenage years. First, Joe Sansone. Joe, where are you? Josephine in the house. A terrific friend both then and now, and part of the AO clan, along with the others I just mentioned. And the AO clan was a fake band for which I was the only groupie. The only groupie, but I'm still the faithful groupie. Joe, you wrote nothing in my book, and I bet you remember why. You could not come to my party because you had to go to church the next day. Your typical high school excuse. I thought you were aloof and antisocial, but you tell me now that you were just shy. But the good news is you did not even try to get out of coming to my party tonight with your usual high school excuse about having to go to church the next day. So I guess things have changed for the better. Another indication that at least some things have changed since 1990 are found in the words of another friend. She wrote, "Your dress is awesome, the bodice is lovely, and it fits so well because you're the one with the bosoms." Can't make this stuff up. So if that's all that's changed since I was 16, I can't really complain. In fact, my kids, there they are, little ones, are convinced that I am still a child. They say this because I can still do the monkey bars at the playground. I'm the smallest mom they know by far. In fact, I share shirts with Danielle. And to this day, I have never put them in timeout. Seems like irrefutable logic to me. As I was looking over the list of people coming tonight, it struck me just how fortunate I am to have so many terrific friends from so many different walks of life here celebrating with me. For example, David and Jane Gertler and Gordon Silver, all over here. The best, of course. Very close college friends of my parents, whom I have known since birth. A number of very close friends from elementary school through high school, some of whom I just mentioned. My BFF, Karen Gordon from Sleepaway Camp. Karen, where are you? Woo! Who brought me both a corsage and a bracelet tonight that says BFF. Many former and current colleagues from every place I've ever worked. Several amazing friends like Stacy Oakes and Sarah Weinshell, who I've actually met swimming laps at the JCC. Where are you guys? Somewhere around. Oh, there's Stacy and Sarah. There you guys are. Look, sitting together. See? You can compare notes on your strokes. Both a lot better than mine. Let me tell you that. It's terrible. Friends from Block Island, and of course, how could I forget a number of absolutely terrific friends from Scarsdale who have honestly gone way above and beyond for me and the kids over the past number of years. And I have to be sincere when I say I'm not sure what I would have done without you. But of course, as you would expect from me, there are also a number of people I've met in more unconventional ways. For example, I met Randy and Jerry Wise. Where are you guys? There you are. When I was actually their daughter's camp counselor when she was 9, and I was a senior in high school, and we somehow managed to stay in touch throughout the years in ridiculous ways, including swimming and temple, and who knows, but they've been absolutely terrific friends throughout the years, and I'm thrilled that they're here to celebrate with me tonight. And I can't not mention my dear friend Rob Friedman. Rob, where are you? There's Rob. Yeah, stand up. There's like it's hiding there. So Rob and I met in a very odd way. When people ask how we met, I often say well, we were set up, but not romantically, which is kind of odd. But the way I met Rob is my father actually overheard Rob when he was at the train station at Dunkin' Donuts a number of years ago. And Rob was on the phone talking to his own father. And my dad called me and said, this guy was talking to his dad, and he was just so nice to his dad. Such a great guy. You have to meet him. I bet you guys are going to be great friends. And I thought, so odd. This is the oddest thing. So Rob calls me, leaves a message, and sure enough, we became great friends. So not only Rob and I, but Rob's wife Ellen and children, and we've all become terrific friends throughout the years. And I have to, on a more touching note, I'm going to start probably crying when I say this, probably practiced the speech 10 times and cried every time, but I feel very fortunate, Rob, that you're here tonight. Not only to celebrate my birthday, but to celebrate yours next week. Cheers. Okay. Anyway, so of course, on a lighter note, it would not be the year 2014 if I couldn't say that there are a few fantastic folks here who I actually met online. So first, David. David, where are you? Where's David and Anna? There you guys are. So David, you and Anna have been such great friends, honestly, and I'm honestly not sure what I would do without you. You guys are both the best texters on the planet. So if I'm texting at 6 in the morning or midnight, if I look for one of you and I can't find you, I look for the other one, and usually one of you is there, right, to take me out to dinner or to call or to chat, so can't thank you guys enough. And then obviously I have to mention Cliff. Where are you? Oh, there you are, way in the back, as expected. So, you know, you finally made an appearance tonight after 9 months in hiding, which is good. And I have to say, you know, you've made me feel like I'm 16 again because you played almost as hard to get as the guy I had a crush on, Eric Flisser, for 2 years in high school. So, but, you know, in all honesty, things are looking up. I mean, we spent 3 full days together in Puerto Rico last week, and, you know, we haven't broken up once the entire week since. So my 40s are obviously off to a good start. Of course, I'm very lucky to also have my parents And my sister Carolyn, where are you, Act? And her husband Phil. Got to say, it looks a lot better tonight than usual. I love that. Not only here with me tonight, but also so close by and such an integral part of my support system on a regular basis. And in fact, and I'm being totally sincere here, is what's amazing to me as I was thinking about tonight is how much younger my parents seem to me now than they did when they were 40. It's probably because when they were 40, they were just watching me and Carolyn all the time and had no time to do anything fun.
It was hell.
Nothing's changed.
That's because of Carolyn, not because of me. That was the easy one. So anyway, I distinctly remember, and Carolyn and my guess is you do too, my dad's 40th birthday party, the nautical themed birthday party. If you guys weren't there, you just were not in like the cool group because we were all there. Yeah, it was a great party, right? Captain Steve, right? So it was in December 1986. Feels like just yesterday. I was 12 years old, kind of like how I am now. But it was clear, and I'm actually being honest, as how I felt at the time, that something very bad was happening. I knew this because one of the gifts my dad received at the time was a book entitled How I Got to Be 40 and Other Atrocities. And, you know, this is going to shock you guys, but I hadn't started studying for the SATs yet. But I still could tell that the word atrocity meant something really, really bad. And I decided that night that turning 40 was probably the worst possible fate that could befall any human being. And I actually never looked at the book. It was sat on their bookshelf, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to look at that. Like, I don't want to read about 40. It sounds awful. But then one of my best friends from elementary school, Jennifer Schulman, Jen, where are you? Jen, when Jen turned 40, I was like, I'm going to Google this book. I bet it exists. Let me see if I can find this thing. So I'm going to get it for Jen. I really wanted to see it myself, but blame Jen. So I ordered one for Jen and one for me. So here it is. How Did I Get to Be 40 and Other Atrocities? It's still in print all these years later. So I read the book one night, sitting super late at night, like, all right, I got to read this thing. And what I learned was that this ominously titled work is really just a super cute and silly collection of poems that are geared toward women. Totally toward women, like a man would not understand them at all. Not even kidding. So I thought, my God, whoever got this book from my dad must have been completely still smoking something from the 60s. So I was like, Gordon or David, it must have been you. I mean, who else would have gotten him this ridiculous book?
Wasn't me.
It wasn't you? No? The Shaggy said, it wasn't me. Anyway, so just thought that was a kind of funny story I had to share because I've been keeping this book and reading it. It's a good book. All the girls out there should read it. So, in addition to family, though, including, of course, my Uncle Neil and my cousin Renee, and, Renee, I'm tempted to introduce you as my first cousin once removed, or I don't know what you are, but to me, you're just my cousin, as you know. And, of course, my Aunt Marcia. The most important people here celebrating with me are, who do you think, little ones? My amazing and special children, Danielle, Danny, and Julia. Stand up. Stand up. So you girls always tell me I'm a child, which I actually, believe it or not, take as a compliment. But the reason why I'm so childish is because you girls keep me so young. You make me laugh constantly, as you know. And as everyone here who tracks you on Facebook knows, the words that come out of your mouths are truly hysterical. Couldn't make any of them up if I tried. In fact, as you guys know, you recently told me that I was the most special mom in the world. Of course, I was thrilled and beaming. I mean, what mom does not want to be told by your children that she is the most special mom in the world? But of course, I was curious to know why. And of course, all these ideas came to my mind about how wonderful I am, caring, affectionate, beautiful, brilliant, thoughtful. I mean, anything you guys would hope, this is what I thought. And so I asked you guys, why would you possibly say that I'm the most special mom in the world? And I know you guys remember what you said. And you said completely deadpan because you were serious. Because you have the hardest tush of any other mom by far. You have the hardest tush of any other mom by far, and because you have more muscles than any other mom we've ever seen. So, I am thrilled to know at age 40 that I've clearly raised you with your values and priorities in the right place. And I have to say, I'm still wondering how your data collection process worked for the hard tush analysis. Because no one has yet emailed or texted saying that you were grabbing the tush. I love how Julie's already blaming Danny on you. No, I didn't say it, that was Danny. You each have a sparkle in your eye and a zest for life that has made me feel 16, and sometimes 6, and sometimes 8, and maybe even younger. And even though, yes, I have to tell you, I really am 40. I'm so thrilled to be your mom. Oh, come on, look at me. And I'm very excited to see what the future may bring. And you look great in 80s, even though it took forever to get that high ponytail in your hair, Danielle. So, believe it or not, I'm finally done. I'd like to raise a toast, which I would if I weren't holding this mic, to my family and friends celebrating with me, either here or in spirit. I want to thank each of you for being a very important part of my life. And to quote my dear friend Howard Gertler, Howard, where are you? There you are, back in the back. Friend since I was born, from my Sweet 16 sign-in book, I can't wait for the next 60 years. Aww. Cheers. And now I would like to introduce two beautiful, brilliant children who look even better in 80s clothes than they do in 2014 clothes. Danielle Weinberg-Barrow, age 8, and Julia Weinberg-Barrow, age 6, both going on 40. Mm-hmm.
Things we love about Mom. She talks very fast. She is so lovable. She loves to have fun. She is very smart. She is very pretty. She takes us on many adventures. She is always smiling and happy. She swims or exercises as much as she can. She loves to eat ice cream. She wears the same earrings every day. She is a great mom. She takes wonderful care of us. She is awesome.
Now we can have dinner.
That was great.